I have written new laws, which I need to read. Laws regarding financial accounts for conspiracy law honoring nations. And I just want to thank Barack Obama because I believe that he has already made these laws public. But I'm going to do my part because I believe that I am the conspiracy law president for the United States. And this also applies to any other countries where I am the conspiracy law president. I'm not sure which countries Vladimir has assigned me to, but it's necessary for us to write new laws because we've had major problems with identity theft, and I hear that a lot of the men on my marriage list, like Matthew McConaughey and Brent Spiner, are contemplating bankruptcy right now because of identity theft. So let me read the laws. They are to take effect immediately after I publicize this at YouTube. So, laws regarding financial accounts for conspiracy law honoring nations. 13.A. A financial institution for the purpose of this section 13 is defined as any financial institution that allows parties to a legal or illegal marriage to establish a joint account or any type of account that deals with financial transactions. 13.0A. Joint account for the purpose of this section 13 is defined as an account used for financial purposes in which all parties to a marriage have access to that same account. 13.0A1. Financial account is defined as an account used for financial purposes. 13.0B. Legal marriage is defined as a marriage as outlined in this legal document entitled International Marriage Laws and is a marriage that honors conspiracy law. I will have links underneath so that you can see the updates to my conspiracy law, which I have at my website. 13.0C. Illegal marriage is defined as a marriage in violation of this legal document, which is entitled International Marriage Laws. 13.0D. Illegal accounts are those accounts that have been opened in violation of this section 13 and or in violation of these international marriage laws and or in violation of conspiracy law. 13.0. The international government is defined as a government in which conspiracy law is the supreme law of the land, superseding all other laws in that country. Certain countries like Russia are governed by conspiracy law, which means that all other laws in that nation that conflict with conspiracy law are null and void. Those laws that can work with conspiracy law are still in effect, but may be modified if the conflict is only partial. 13.1. No party can establish a joint account unless all parties that have access to that joint account are in a legal marriage to each other. 13.1A. No party can establish a financial account unless all parties that have access to that financial account are who they claim to be and are in compliance with these international marriage laws, are in compliance with conspiracy law, and are not participating willingly and knowingly in an illegal marriage. The purpose of this section 13 is to prevent clones from impersonating the authentic person and using that impersonation to commit identity theft against the authentic person. 13.2. To ensure that all joint accounts are in compliance with this section 13, no joint accounts can be established without prior approval from the international government. All conspiracy law honoring nations must ensure that all joint accounts are in compliance with this section 13 by conducting audits of all financial institutions for compliance to this section 13. These audits must begin after the head of state, and that's what I'm doing right now, reads this section 13 to the nation and must be completed in a timely manner, not taking more than a month to completion after they have started. Further, no new financial accounts can be opened or started unless it is determined that these new financial accounts are in compliance to this section 13. 13.2A. Those involved in the audits will be considered law enforcement persons according to conspiracy law, which means if they violate conspiracy law in the conduction of these audits, they will be tried as Jesuit conspirators according to conspiracy law. 13.3. To ensure that all financial accounts are in compliance, All present financial accounts must be audited for compliance. All new financial accounts require an inspection to ensure compliance to this Section 13. Those accounts that fail the inspection and violate this Section 13 cannot be opened, and all such accounts opened in violation of this Section 13 will be subjected to heavy fines by the international government and may result in the arrest of the willing and knowing violators of this Section 13. 13.3. Under no circumstances will innocent parties suffer as a result of illegal accounts opened in their name. If it is determined an illegal account has been opened and that a debt has been incurred as a result of this, the guilty parties, as defined by this document, will suffer the consequences of their own financial transactions and cannot bring litigation against the innocent party for financial transactions which that innocent party never wanted or approved of. Rather, the guilty parties will be arrested for identity theft and fraud and as Jesuit conspirators if that applies. The guilty parties will be fully responsible for all fraudulent accounts they have opened, and only they will be expected to pay up for their own actions. 13.3. To help facilitate the enforcement of these laws for financial accounts, all legal financial accounts must be encrypted with a code or password that indicates the account has passed government inspection and is perfectly legal. This password or code must be assigned to all approved accounts by the international government, indicating the financial account has passed inspection and is allowed to exist. All financial accounts without this code or password are forbidden to exist, and if discovered, will be shut down and heavy fines levied against the willing and knowing violators. 13.4. No financial institution is exempt from the audit required by the international government to ensure that financial institution is in compliance to this Section 13. 13.5. The head of state of all conspiracy law honoring nations must announce in a public medium accessible to the majority in that country that all financial accounts will be audited for compliance to this Section 13. That's what I'm doing right now. This will serve to warn the holders of such accounts and the financial institutions that sponsor such accounts of the laws which they need to honor to avoid fines, penalties, and arrests. On top of this, a written notice will be sent to all financial institutions warning them about the need to comply with this Section 13. Once this notice has been sent out to all financial institutions and the public announcement from the head of state has been made about these laws will go into effect immediately. This written notice must contain the following wording. Under no circumstances can any financial institutions use the internet, public media, or public presence of any person as a basis with which to make legal decisions regarding the financial transactions of that person. Just because the internet or the news or a fraudulent Jesuit marriage document says someone is married does not make it so. Regardless of that person's public presence, a person will be determined to be married according to a conspiracy law marriage license, and not according to the media or rumors or Jesuit law. Therefore, if a financial institution willingly and knowingly approves of an illegal account by not getting prior approval from the international government first before opening or continuing that account, and if that account has never passed government inspection receiving its code or password, that financial institution must suffer full responsibility for such actions, the only exception being if the international government accidentally approved of an illegal account, in which case the international government will be investigated and arrests made of government officials for violation of conspiracy law. Okay, that's what needs to be written in all the written warnings that we send out to all financial institutions. 13.6. Victims of violators of this Section 13 can take the criminal who stole their money or assets using illegal accounts to court and can demand damages to be paid to them by that criminal. If the criminal is part of the conspiracy and he or she or himself or herself is unable to pay for their crimes to give the victim the restitution the victim deserves, the victim has the right to then sue the financial institution that sponsored the illegal account, or to sue the other members of the conspiracy of which the criminal took part, or to put a hold on the criminal's assets or paycheck in order to obtain payments for damages. 13.7, I'm going to have to fix this here, I will. If the victim is so destitute that they cannot afford an attorney, they will be provided a free attorney by the international government, who will try to assist them to recover damages for an illegal account opened in their name. Also, any fees the international government collected to punish the violator will also be used to assist the victims of these illegal accounts. 13.8. All financial institutions that willingly and knowingly allowed an illegal account to exist must suffer all the consequences of allowing the existence of that account, including paying damages to the innocent victims of that illegal account. Okay, I have just announced these laws. They need to go into effect immediately. We have some people that are at bankruptcy right now because of these criminals, and we need to clamp down on them. It's not fair to people who, it's not fair to have your life's earnings stolen by an identity theft just because they're clever. And Jesuits are clever.